Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Cop Update for Monday, the 31st of January. It's deadline day, and it's all kind of kicking off, isn't it? Not only Liverpool based stuff today, but loads of stuff kicking off. I see Aubameyang's name being mentioned there. I see Origi's name being mentioned there. So what we'll do is we'll go through as much as we can in the next half an hour. If you see anything coming up while I'm on live here and you want to throw it in the chat, absolutely do that as well. And I'll try to read out as many as I possibly can. Excuse me. Hit the like button if you can. We always target 100 likes on the afternoon show, and we blitzed it the other day, in fairness, but we go back to the 100. Let's see how we get on. Make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And as I said, comments in there are the most important. The last couple of shows we've done around Luis Diaz and stuff, the comments and the stuff has been absolutely brilliant. So keep it going. As I said, you keep it going here, and I'll keep turning up, and you turn up, and that's how it works. So, I'm going to scroll up and down a little bit here. Gareth McDonald, offer of 8.5 million received for Origi from an unnamed club. Only loan offers for Taki Minamino so far. Of course, Minamino's been linked with Leeds over the last couple of days. Nat Phillips has joined Bournemouth on loan until the end of the season, which was a bit of a strange one. I thought there might be something there where, you know, an obligation to buy if they come up or something like that. But then we seen one from Newcastle being rejected, a bid of a loan plus an obligation to buy if they stay up. That was kind of rejected by Liverpool, but he's gone to Bournemouth for loan until the end of the season. A couple of people here saying Richard says Minamino is not going to Leeds. Ali A says Carvalho is off. Eugene says the same. Fabio Carvalho is off. Very quiet on that this morning. It seemed to be the case of Liverpool loaning him back to Fulham for the rest of the season would be the clincher in all this. So we'll have to wait and see. If anyone has more information on Fabio Carvalho of Fulham, please throw it in there. Fabio Carvalho done at 22.58 for a bit of excitement. Nat Phillips the only out. That's my prediction, says Chris Brack. Carl O'Donovan says, not transfer related, but seeing the pictures of Sienna smiling and walking is amazing. So fair play to you and the rest of the Daytrippers and co. Listen, it's not we've been delighted to be part of that and to see her walking around unaided and absolutely flying about, so happy, is absolutely brilliant. So we did play a small part, but trust me, our family played the biggest part in all that. But it's absolutely brilliant to see. Nat Phillips is an odd one, says Kieran B. He can play in the Prem. A bit surprised West Ham didn't nibble at him. Yeah, I thought to be honest with you, Liverpool were just holding out for a fee. I thought if they got 10 million plus 2 million add-ons, it would have been done, you know. But it's a loan. I'm wondering if there's something in there with Bournemouth. Look, if we come up, we'll pay the 12 million. You know, and Liverpool have nothing to lose because he is on a long-term contract that he only signed last summer. So it's a case of, yeah, we're willing to do that. I don't think they were willing to help Newcastle, and Newcastle being trying to be clever on it and say if we stay up we'll buy him. But this, I'm hoping there's something in there that get Nat Phillips a move. But I'm hoping that if it is, I hope Bournemouth come up because he deserves to play in the Premier League. Kat says Carvalho unlikely now. Fulham want more and player wants to assess options at the end of the season. Well, if the player is mulling over Liverpool, then we don't want him. His loss. Dan says he's supposedly weighing up his options of us or Dortmund in the summer. If he doesn't sign for Liverpool today, I don't think he does. I think Liverpool will say, look, there's X amount of money. We want them now. They might have been able to throw in a loan deal, but if they were going to throw in a loan deal, it probably would have been done. You know, so Fulham are willing to take that risk. Liverpool don't want to go through a tribunal, and at the end of the season, he can sign a pre-contract with Dortmund now if he wants. But if he's waiting until the end of the season to assess his options, one of his options could be staying at Fulham if they're up in the Premier League. Shoaib Khan says, super chat, love your work guys, let's go for all fronts. Yeah, I'm with you. We're in 4 competitions. Let's go for all 4. Why not? Carvalho is uncertain about joining Liverpool. Is he high? Where is this coming from? Can people tell me where the likes of Carvalho is uncertain and is going to assess his options? Who is reporting this? Because it's been fairly regular from reliable journals, I suppose, well, one in particular that I watch all the time, that Liverpool want him. He wants to move. It seemed to be a hold up at the Fulham end, and not losing him. When they're looking for promotion, and maybe just keeping him on loan till the end of the season would have done enough for Fulham. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know where them sources are coming from with regards to Carvalho and assessing his options and stuff like that and being uncertain. Neil Jones is apparently is where it's coming from. Okay, let's see how that progresses over the day. Just to let you know before I forget, actually, we're going to do a transfer show tonight, a deadline day show, a little bit earlier than normal. We're going to do 9:30 tonight instead of 10 p.m. just to give us that hour and a half to talk through what could be a busy time. But we'll probably go, I think we're going to do 9:30, but if we're doing 10, you'll see it all later, announced across our social media. So make sure you're on that. We'll try to get a few bodies together tonight, and we'll probably go from 9:30 till 11:15 or 10 till about 11:30, and we'll chat through it all. Aubameyang, somebody said earlier, he's doing an Adam Wingy and he's flying himself to Barcelona for what looks like a loan deal. Somebody on Twitter posted me this morning, Peter Jones, I think, and he said, basically, look, it's the anniversary of the Adam Wingy move to QPR, which is still, in my opinion, the best transfer day stuff. So that's absolutely cool. It's a fake Neil Jones account, says Reclaimer. No negative stuff on Twitter or the Carvalho deal. So this is what happens. I'm relying on you people. Please help me. Are we wearing yellow ties, says Laura Duffy? No. The last time I couldn't find one. I think it was the first ever transfer show I done with the Trippers. I couldn't find yellow ties, so I wore a yellow hard hat as some sort of solution. It worked, I think. I don't have a yellow tie. A yellow jumper, I don't have a yellow jumper either, but I'm sure we can work on something. Daniel Dawson says Fulham won't take 5 million but are happy to lose the player for nothing. Makes no sense to me, but they're not a poor club, I guess. Daniel, I think the biggest thing for Fulham is if he wants to go, he's going to go. If he has interest from Dortmund and Liverpool, chances are he'll take them over Fulham. But Fulham are looking after the best they can get out of this, and the best they can probably get is hanging on to Carvalho till the end of the season. And ensure promotion to the Premier League, which is worth a hell of a lot of money. Deadline day, Gav, make sure you get Keith and Kev signed to long-term deals. Nobody under contract at the LFC Daytrippers. They work on a 0 hours contract and they turn up when they feel like it, and when they don't feel like it, they don't. That's how we work, except for me, I have to. The rest of them do whatever they like, but in fairness to them, they turn up a hell of a lot. For me and all of you as well. If we don't get Carvalho this window, I reckon it's likely we'll get him in the summer. We've been heavily linked all January, says Kieran. Look, he can sign a pre-contract with Dortmund now. He can't sign a pre-contract with Liverpool. Okay? The fact that he hasn't signed a contract with anyone, pre-contract, probably leans you towards he wants to go to Liverpool and try to get a deal done now. If it gets to the summer and a fee isn't agreed, even if he goes on a free, Liverpool would owe compensation for training and stuff like that. Then you're into all this tribunal stuff, and Liverpool have gone through this with Danny Ings. They've gone through it with Harvey Elliott and stuff like that. So you have to wait and see. I think if Liverpool don't do it now, they won't. That's just my opinion. But I like, for all the feedback we're getting on Fabio Carvalho of Fulham, I'd like to see it happen now. I think it's a curious one anyway, what we see for him, where we see him in the squad if he was to sign for Liverpool today. What way are we looking at this? Are we looking at Luis Diaz and Carvalho as replacements for a Minamino and a Origi? Will people be happy with that? I think people would. Last mentions on Neil Jones' Twitter, Ori Carvalho, was plenty happening at Liverpool on deadline day. Talks ongoing over Fabio Carvalho from Fulham, would be loaned back until summer if signed. So there you go. So anyway, let's go around a couple more clubs. Arsenal, as I said, Aubameyang. I've seen that. It's a strange one. I've seen Ousmane Dembele being linked with United yesterday and PSG today. Someone's definitely taken a punt on Ousmane Dembele. And if they get the player you think Ousmane Dembele is, you're absolutely flying. If you get everything else on top of it, it's absolutely a waste. Absolutely a waste. So we'll have to wait and see on Ousmane Dembele. We'll have to wait and see on Aubameyang. I see that I see Aaron Ramsey is being linked with Rangers, Everton, and there was somebody else, Rangers and somebody else, and Everton. But listen, Aaron Ramsey is on colossal money at Juventus, so we will have to take a massive, massive pay cut to make a move to Rangers in particular. And I've seen Everton and somebody else. The name's gone completely out my head, but we'll see. Looks like Mbappe is going to Real Madrid in the summer. Yeah, talk of him going there in the summer on 850 grand a week, which is colossal money as well. European clubs can offer Carvalho higher wages, I guess, if they don't have to pay the tribunal fee. Yeah, but I think that they'd have to anyway. I think it's just the way it works when a player's been at a club for a certain amount of time and from a certain age. Neil Daly loves the show. Thanks, Neil. Bonkers says, Donny gone to the blue shite over the road. That's a brilliant signing. If it's confirmed, that is a brilliant signing for Everton. Donny van der Beek on loan until the end of the season. He is a fantastic player. He's better than all bar one midfielder at Everton. In my opinion, I think Decore is brilliant. But that is a really, really good move for him. He'd be star of the show there, and he get loads and loads of football at Everton. And Everton managing to get him from under the nose of Palace is a really, really good sign. He's kind of like Cantwell off the ball, little pest, and kind of like Coutinho on the ball, but a bit quicker. Says Kieran B. Yeah, look, we just have to wait and see on him, But I'll ask the question: Diaz and Carvalho, Minamino, Origi out, and you bring these two in. Do you think that makes us stronger? And do you think it gives us more depth than what we have now? Let me see. Mem says, fuck the yellow toys off, Gav, get some shamrocks on them. I don't know if I'm with a shamrock on it either. It'd be just me turning up in a t-shirt. Okay. Fat Frank at Everton. Has Lampard been confirmed at Everton? Because up until about an hour ago I hadn't seen anything from Everton confirming him. I don't know what way that's going to go, Lampard, because when Benitez is sacked by Everton, you've heard so many Everton fans going, we need someone that knows the club, we need someone that understands the club, all this sort of stuff, and that's why Martinez was being heavily linked. Frank Lampard knows nothing about Everton, and they've basically brought in a guy who has some potential as a manager, don't get me wrong. I think he does a good job at Chelsea in his first year under that embargo. Although he has really good players at disposal, he has to use younger players. That's fine. I have no issue there. But when it came to pressure, I don't think it worked for him. Now, Everton might suit him a bit more, but the pressure at Everton is colossal. For a completely different reason. You're not chasing trophies. It's just from the fan base. It's absolutely colossal. And listen, he could be there for 5 years. If I was to put a bet on it, he won't. Because 3 or 4, 5 bad results, and they'll just want him out because he doesn't know Everton. That's just the way it is. Lampard confirmed about 30 minutes ago, says Oko. Right, well then it was an hour ago I checked, and he wasn't there, but he is confirmed now. I expect them to confirm Donny van der Beek, and they might even do one more. Everton, I think, just a big positive thing on the last day of the transfer window. Alvarez confirmed by Man City. He's from River Plate, isn't he? So yeah, look, it's that's an interesting one from City as well. But the last one they kind of done like that was Jesus, wasn't it? And he's been a really good signing for them, I think. Target from Villa looks like he will go to Newcastle, and they've also a deal agreed with Brighton for Dan Bourne, is that right? I think it was somewhere in the region of 13 million. I read he was on his way to Newcastle for a medical. Chris Brack says Diaz and Carvalho gives us more reliability in terms of availability. The one benefit of Origi is he gives you a plan B physical option. Paddy Lawson feels that Everton will go down. I don't think they will. I think there's enough. Well, I'm not saying there's enough clubs below them, but there's clubs around them that'll eat each other alive, and I think Everton will just about survive. Daniel doesn't like Lampard as a manager. Gav, listening to him talk after games makes my skin crawl. Listen, we'll have to wait and see, but he'll absolutely play up to the fact that he's Everton manager now against Liverpool and Klopp and stuff like that, and Everton fans will love it. But it could go either way. I don't think there'll be an in-between here. I think he'll do really well, and he'll be like, Jesus, we've given Lampard a chance, and it's really worked out well, or it'll go badly, and it'll go badly very, very quickly. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm surprised Newcastle didn't go for Aaron Ramsey. That's the other club, Newcastle. Newcastle, Rangers and Everton are the three clubs that I've seen linked with Aaron Ramsey. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Newcastle spending that money. They brought in Gamares as well. It looks like Dan Bourne left back. It could be Aaron Ramsey. They're still open, I think, to some chat around Jesse Lingard, which could happen. It could happen by the end of the window closing tonight. Thor says Lampard only needs 5 wins to keep Ev up. He will be hailed a genius if he gets them. Yeah, look, if Everton get 5 wins out of the last 15, they'll stay up, I think. I think 35 points keeps you up this season. 36 maybe. How many games do you think Diaz will realistically start, Gav? I don't know, but I'm quite happy for us to pick between Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota and Luis Diaz and keep them all fit to the end of the season and pick 3 from 5. Who plays in them is, I'm not arsed. Once they're all available and ready to go and they have an impact, we're all good. If Frank fumed on the line as Chelsea manager, I can't wait to see him in the derby. We'll have to wait and see. It's Everton, Gav. It'll go badly. I thought Ramsey was supposed to be off the Rangers. Weren't they saying that yesterday? Rangers was the club I seen. But how much of a drop of money is he going to have to take to go there, realistically? Conroy, how are you, my man? He says, how do you think Newcastle spent well? The midfield from Lyon is really good. Oh, sorry, I've seen Ndombele off to Lyon on loan as well, I think. With an obligation to buy or something like that. So Ndombele looks like his Spurs career is over. And he hasn't looked arse for the last year, in fairness to him. So, good luck to him going to Lyon. They're obviously a replacement for Gamares. It's gone to Newcastle. On Newcastle, though, Burns is a good signing. Trippier is a good signing. Gamares is a good signing. Chris Wood, I think that was probably just to hurt Burnley a little bit. They probably could have went a little bit better on that. But again, he's a different option up front to what they have. And he will get service from the likes of Maximin and others around him. Fraser, I think, is being the one playing up front alongside him. I can't believe they haven't gone all out for a top-class centre-half. I just can't. It's absolutely amazing to me. They've tried to be clever, and I think they're right in doing so with some loan moves on top of spending some money where they don't absolutely hang themselves out with a load of players on huge money that could just sit there at the end of the season and go, we went down and not going anywhere. Don't care. And that can happen. And I know they've bags and bags of money, but it doesn't look good from people looking from the outside looking in on that, going they just fucking spend and there's no plan. They look like they have a bit of a plan. I'm surprised he didn't do something big on the centre half. Now that could happen by the end of today. It really could, but we'll have to wait and see. Spurs have loaned out half their team, says DK Liverpool. Weghorst to Burnley confirmed his goals could keep them up. Huge fella. Really good video done on him as well for him signing, I like that. I have to say, I really did like that. Newcastle got too many players, says Sam. In his opinion, it'll be tough for them to all settle by the end of the season. They just need to get a run where they win 4 and 6 or 7, and you'll pull away. Hope you're well, Gav, says Conroy. I am. They also signed that striker from France as well. Look, there's going to be loads around Newcastle. Loads around it. They're looking at target from Villa now as well. So that'd be a left back. Burns is probably going to go and play as left of a 3. Centre backs, fair. Okay. Gamares in midfield, good. Chris Wood, good. Trippier, good. But I didn't think the 6'7" or 6'8" centre half of Brighton would be the move. 94, 6 more till we are 100, and then we can all go home happy days. Newcastle trying to sign the striker from Reims, still trying to sign Lingard too. Yeah, Lingard, I think Lingard might happen. I think it will. I think if the player says, look, I want to go, let me go on loan there, and Newcastle can get something where they go, right, they can get a proper deal on the wages, and you can probably get a decent thing on the fee as an obligation. They might go down the obligation route, but the fee being okay, because United were asking them to pay a colossal money for what is realistically 15 games, and it was absolutely mad. Emma Kavanagh says Sky are reporting we're still pushing for Carvalho. as of 10 to 2 today. Let me see. They did a better announcement for Weghorst than we did for Diaz. Yeah, but Diaz is on the other side of the world, and I'm sure when he gets to Liverpool, there'll be a day of pictures and interviews and, snazzy videos will come out properly. That's how clubs usually do it. Something basic and then something following up, which looks a bit better, but who cares? They should just make him lean at Kirby, take the picture and job done. Lampard keeping Duncan Ferguson is exactly what's wrong with that club. Just like United, they can't let go of their past. That's the insurance policy. Oh, he knows Everton. Duncan Ferguson's been involved in all this. He's been around Everton for fucking years. He's the constant in it all. I said it before, they should clear out everyone and bring somebody in and go, listen, I'm bringing in who I want. They have nothing to do with Everton, because Everton need to get away from people knowing what Everton is about. They need to be completely like slate clean in the most cleanest of slates possible. Don't forget, Newcastle are buying Salah for 120 million, according to the shouty fella last night. Yeah, he did. Joe Linton's right hand man, he was called, but he ended up then shouting, "Come on, Man City." So yeah, a bit confused. Nat Phillips is better than Bournemouth. Gutted for him, says Glenn Parsons. I'm very surprised by it. Considering they've let him go there on loan, and considering that Newcastle reportedly had bid a loan or an obligation to buy if they stay up. I'm feeling that Bournemouth might be in the same situation, a loan or an obligation if they come up. The only saving grace for Liverpool is, as I said, he's on a contract. He's on a contract for a couple of years. It's not like when he's finished, this is a year left and we're kind of, caught between a rock and a hard place. There's a bit more option there. He get loads of football at Bournemouth, in fairness to him, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me see. Everton seem intent on making the same mistakes over and over, says Laura Duffy. I agree with you. If Rafa Benitez had went into Everton and he wasn't Rafa Benitez, or he was Rafa Benitez that never managed Liverpool, he would have cleared that place out, because he can see what's going on. He would have cleared it out. It would have taken time, and he would have got there. That's my opinion. But they don't have patience. They could bring the most Everton fella in. Forget Duncan Ferguson. They could bring in Tim Cahill. They could bring in, I don't know, name an Everton stalwart, and they'll hang him out to dry after 6 bad games. They just will. So it's mad. Carl asks, are you confident Carvalho will get done, Gav? I don't know. I really don't know. I just think it's an opportunistic one from Liverpool, and I don't know if it gets down to where they go, I'll pull the trigger and give Fulham what they want. But I don't know how much more Fulham want. If Liverpool are willing, Liverpool mustn't be willing to let him loan him back. That's what I'm thinking. That's what's stopping it. Gav, it is Fabio Carvalho stalling the deal, not Fulham and Liverpool. And says Ali, so who's saying this, that it's Fab Carvalho stalling the deal? Because just if you're putting something in like that, throw in who said it. Tim Howard would be perfect for the Everton job. They love Tim Howard, and after 6 games they'll be telling you Tim Howard is not fit to manage Everton, and they'll move on to the next one. Everton just need to bring back Moyes and enjoy winning second, or nothing. No, they'll go down the Frank Lampard route, and it'll probably work out for them. Probably won't. Fabrizio Romano just bantered Arsenal so bad. Okay, he's on the banter now, is he? Fair play to him. I don't follow Fabrizio Romano, so I don't have a clue what's going on there. But anyway, couple more clubs. Chelsea, very quiet. Seen a couple of Chelsea fans on socials this morning saying Chelsea are very quiet, not really doing anything. They're keeping their powder dry, it looks like. Man City have done Alvarez, but they've let 1 or 2 fringe players go, I think I seen earlier, but nothing to write home about. Spurs, did they loan out Brian Gill? Ndombele has gone out of there. There was somebody else as well they were loaning out, but they're bringing in the guy from Juventus that I can't pronounce his name. And Bentancur, is he still being linked with Spurs? I know he was being linked with Newcastle and Villa, but Newcastle getting Guimaraes probably won't happen. But I know Bentancur has been linked with Spurs as well. Leicester fans not happy, not much happening there. I don't know what that's about. I think they need one or two, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me see. Phil Neville, next England manager. He's having an atrocious time in America, though, isn't he? Apparently, Fulham won 15 million for Carvalho, says Indy. Indy, let us know who's quoted that. Yes, Gil is gone. Gil to Valencia. Lo Celso is gone on loan. You Liverpool fans say Liverpool is now clean, but still in shit, winning Premier League for 6 years under Klopp. Liverpool, the best EPL bridesmaid for 32 years. I don't know how that works, speaking facts, because it was 30 years between Liverpool winning a league title, and 28 of them was the Premier League, I think. 28 of them. But if you don't think Liverpool are good, I can't help you. I really can't. Fabrizio Romano, I'm not reading that out because I don't follow Fabrizio Romano, so it means nothing to me. Chelsea have loaned another player out, Angerin, to Huddersfield. Todd Cantwell could go to a championship side, says Bonkers. Hasn't really happened for Todd Cantwell in the last while at Norwich. And I seen him play at Anfield against Liverpool, and Norwich were beaten 4-1, but Todd Cantwell was one of the best players on the pitch that night, August 2019, but he seems to have dropped off a cliff over the last couple of years. So we'll have to wait and see on some of them. Any other teams out there doing anything? Not really. The Barcelona stuff was mad. 2 weeks ago they were clearing players out to get Ferran Torres onto the team and being able to register them. Now it looks like Aubameyang. They're looking at Dembele out. They're being linked with all sorts. It's absolutely crazy what's going on at Barcelona. And it's only crazy because you don't know what state they're in. Have they got backing from somewhere, or are they just we're broke, completely broke, and, we're just going to keep going? Anyway, Minamino has rejected a move to Leeds, says Imi. Imi, again, if wherever you're reading that, throw it up and let us know where you're reading. We try to get that sorted out and read out before we leave. We've broken 100 likes, so all good. Chill out. Hit it if you want, but chill out. We've done well. So the rest of the day, the Carvalho one looks like it'll rumble on right till the end of 11 o'clock. That looks, well, I think we're all comfortable with that. Origi, Minamino, Nat Phillips has gone on loan. Nico Williams was still some talk about, but I don't know if that'll happen. But that's Liverpool-wise. Villa are probably one to watch. Spurs one to watch. Arsenal one to watch. Newcastle definitely one to watch. I don't think United will do anything. I don't think Chelsea will do anything. And I don't think City will do anything in the next, whatever it is, 7 hours or just under 7 hours. Bellingham this summer, get on the train. There'll be loads on that. For the summer, there'll be absolutely loads on it. But we'll have to wait and see what way Liverpool's midfield works out and what we look to do in the summer, because that'll be a huge transfer if he goes this summer. Buyers are definitely suspicious of us when buying now after some of the stinger sales. Nat Phillips is not one of them, though. You pay for it. You pay for the players you get. It's up to you to scout them. We only play them and have them. If you want them, you get them, but you have to pay what's being asked, and you have to back yourself. Never mind what Liverpool think of the player. Anfield Watch just tweeted that Carvalho won't be joining. Also, Taki is staying. Okay, I like the way you've said Anfield Watch. I've said that, which is cool. But again, we will keep an eye on them as the days go on. Tielemans for me, says G10, and I think you asked earlier, why has everyone gone off Tielemans? I don't know. I thought he was massively rated in the summer if he was going to join Liverpool, and now people have kind of gone off. Maybe it's Leicester's form and his form this season. I'm not too sure. Do we need any outs, says Bejan. Not leaving opens another spot. It does, and it leaves us one spot open if we want it, because we filled the vacant spot with Luis Diaz, so we'll have to wait and see. When is the forum back, says Patsy. The forum has been on a break for a couple of weeks because lads have work commitments. They've been on holidays. Some of them are moving house. Some of them are, it's all happening. So we will do a transfer one tonight. The forum should be back next week. When it comes to Christmas and the New Year, we're always juggling shows around and filling in best we can. But they should be back next week, full steam ahead, if that's all right, Patsy. Arsenal have been linked with the Swedish striker, who I completely forget the name of every time he comes into my head, but Isaac. but there's huge money being quoted for him. So that could be one where whoever's outside the Emirates for Sky could be there for a long night waiting to see if anything happens. What's your thoughts on Jones, Elliott midfield in the future? I think they both have big futures at Liverpool. Together in the midfield, I'm not too sure, but I think they both have big futures at Liverpool. We should sign. We should nick Max Aarons from Norwich. Yeah, this is the right back stuff, but that's only if you'd only do something there. I think if you had something in place and Nico Williams was going, he was linked, of course. He was linked, of course, with Bournemouth as well, who's taking Nat Phillips. So we'll have to wait and see. Andy's still busy on Twitter catching whoppers. Andy's busy on Twitter, but he's busy everywhere else as well. So that's why you haven't seen him. When he is heading back to the studio, Gav, we don't know yet, because we had planned to go back in, and then before Christmas all this COVID stuff came around again. So we just want to wait until it's perfectly safe to go back in. Doesn't the Anfield Watch just repost Shy from the Sun? Shouldn't be allowed on here. I don't know. I don't follow the Anfield Watch. But I did ask where people were getting the links from, and that's where they got the link from. So, but I don't know. I don't follow Anfield Watch, so they're news to me. But that's where he's got his quote from, and that's where he's putting it up, and that's fine. When is the crisp sandwiches in the World Show, Gav? So Gareth, well, we would have had one tonight, but it's transfer deadline, so we're not going to do it tonight. We're hoping this Thursday to bring one back, one of the main show, I suppose, and then again from next Monday we'll have Man on Football show on Mondays and Thursdays. But it's just been mad busy, absolutely mad busy, and there's only so many hours of the day we can get on here to look after you all. I think that's about it for today. Red Steve had doubts over Tillman's last summer, and I've clearly influenced everyone else, says Red Steve. Wow, massive opinion of yourself there, Red. Good man, Steve. Max Aarons would be good, but they want 35 million. Well, that's the end of that. Again, Anfield Watch getting a mention. I don't follow Anfield Watch, so I don't know how reliable or unreliable or where they get their stuff from. But I've asked people to put them in where they're reading it, and they put them in where they're reading it. That's it. Steve Highway says Fulham being difficult today. I think Liverpool have to up the offer a few million to get Carvalho deal done. Paulie says, Gav, what's the story with the Carvalho kid? Is it happening? We don't know. I think it'll rumble on till the very end. It'll rumble on till 11 o'clock without a doubt, unless they come out and go, look, the deal is off. If the deal isn't pronounced dead in the water, this will run right till the end. Isaac's release clause is something like £74 million, says Laura Duffy. Transfer deadline day is the World Show tonight. It is 9:30 or 10, but we haven't decided. But as soon as we do, it'll be on our Twitter, it'll be on our YouTube, and you can all sort that out. That's about it. Don't forget, link in the description for the Féileacáin website, also for the donate page. We're nearly 10% towards our target already, so please go and help that out. Instead of doing super chats here, go and donate them there. If you want to go to lfcdt.com, you will find on our front page the link for that charity, which are fantastic, and the link to the donate page. We're really pushing this. We literally have 4 months, little over 4 months to raise 10 grand, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to do that. Okay. Love these shows, buds. It makes me feel not guilty when taking a break and work. Listen, always take your break at 2 o'clock, Connor. You deserve a break. Dortmund won Carvalho, says Russell Stubley. Nat Phillips should be sold for 15 million. Origi 15 million, which is Diaz. Well, the Phillips thing won't happen until the summer now. And Origi, look, we don't know. Liverpool reporting that Liverpool only in contact with Fulham, haven't spoken to Carvalho yet, says Owen Book. So we'll have to wait and see. Where is the link for that, says Kieran? The link for the charity in the show description. You get the link to their website or to know what they're about. But trust me, you don't need to read about these people. They're deadly. And the link for the donate page is there. And on our website, lfcdt.com, you will find the link for their website and the link to the donate page. If every one of our subscribers gave 50p each, we will be well over halfway there. We'd be 70% there right now. So yeah, that's about it. Enjoy the rest of your deadline day. We will be back to you later on, 9:30 or 10, we're not sure yet, but as soon as we organise it, we will absolutely let you know. All right, talk to you in a bit. Over and out.